What's up, everybody? It's Josh coming at you from Nerd Ventures Tower. What if the Illuminati that we see Wanda destroy in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is not actually dead? Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, she killed them in the moment. I think she even killed Captain Marvel, which is kind of up for debate. But what I am saying is, what if they are not permanently dead? Take my hand as we go to Speculation Town and talk about crazy ways that the Illuminati of that universe could be resurrected and the 838 universe could be a lingering enemy or opposing force to our 616 universe. And first off, I want to say shout out to Nerd Venture James Heaton, who actually came up with one of the theories I'm about to talk about in the morning stream. It's a live stream we do over on our live streaming channel. A lot of good stuff always goes down in those streams. And James brought this up today and literally blew my mind. James asked me about the Mordo from that universe, from 838, and how that Mordo was very likely still alive. We don't see him killed on screen, and he's probably just left in that weird trench thing because of that handcuff. He's unable to use any magic. But eventually somebody's going to find him. Maybe even Rachel McAdams, Christine from that universe, who also worked at the Baxter Foundation and was mapping out the multiverse. Either way, that Mordo, likely alive, likely going to be rescued, and being the Sorcerer Supreme of that universe, that Mordo would have the Eye of Agamotto with the Time Stone. And just like in Avengers Infinity War, after Wanda kills Vision, Thanos was able to bring him back to life by reversing time. The Mordo from the 838 universe could do the same thing to other members of the Illuminati. And the thing that's crazy about this to me is that this could solve a lot of problems I think people have with the movie, because a lot of people are like, how did the Illuminati get cast aside so easily? How were they able to just be defeated by Wanda? And how was Reed, who's supposed to be the smartest man in that universe, just willing to let his whole team essentially face Wanda, knowing that she was the Scarlet Witch? And wouldn't it be absolutely crazy if he did this knowing that his contingency plan would be Mordo, and that Mordo, using the Time Stone, would be able to reverse any damage that Wanda did? That would be absolutely crazy, but I think it actually could make sense. I mean, this is a team of people that defeated Thanos. They used the Book of Vishanti to do that, but they very likely have access to multiple other Infinity Stones. And in the comic books, the Illuminati does keep care of the different Infinity Stones. And I mean, just imagine it, right? Like, Rachel McAdams comes back, gets Mordo out of there. They watch the footage of what Wanda did, and then hell-bent on undoing it and bringing his friends back, Mordo goes to his sanctum, gets the Eye of Agamotto, housing the Time Stone, and literally just reverses time on all the different members. Now, before we get into the second theory, which is equally as cool, I know some people might push back on this because Mordo seemed to have great problems with using the Time Stone and with desecrating reality. And I think that's true and fair, but I would also just point out that this group of Illuminati and this Mordo are very different than our Mordo. There's no telling that he'll hold those same values that our Mordo had. And I think part of the Doctor Strange movie, especially surrounding that Illuminati, is mentioned and basically just depicting that they're different. They're willing to cross lines. I mean, they literally destroyed, killed Doctor Strange, and then lied to the whole world about it. So I think this is a group of people that are really not afraid to bend the rules. It's also worth pointing out that Mordo houses their universe's Darkhold in his sanctum, and he says he would never let a weapon like that get into the wrong hands, kind of indicating that I think he still views it as something of a weapon. But what if I told you that even without the Time Stone, even without any of the Infinity Stones, it is still possible that all of those people that Wanda killed could be resurrected? And this has to do with Reed Richards specifically, in a slight tease that he mentions in the scene. He tells Wanda that he has children of his own. And what that indicates is that Franklin Richards, the mutant son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, is a thing in that universe. And Franklin Richards has the power to basically do anything. He can create entire universes. In the comics, he resurrected Galactus after all the Celestials killed Galactus. And so I think Franklin would have both the power and the motivation to bring all of the Illuminati back. And I think it would be even crazier if he, being the reality shaping powerhouse that he is, decided to resurrect all of the Illuminati and join them in a conquest to seek revenge on that specific Wanda for what she did. And holy crap, would I love to see a movie like that with Wanda with her crazy chaos magic powers coming up against Franklin Richards with his reality warping ability. And whoa there, hold on to your butts, Marvel fans. It's future Josh recording a new segment after recording this video yesterday because I came up with another way that the 838 Illuminati could be resurrected, and it's probably the most fun one yet. And also, why does the camera look so much better right now? Let me know in chat. Does the camera look so much better in this part of the video than the other parts in the video? What did I do with the lighting this time? So I've been catching up on my Marvel X-Men right now, and in the most recent Way of X storyline, David Haller, the son of Charles Xavier, is playing a big role in that. And it just kind of made me remember that I think Legion would technically be able to resurrect all of them anyways. He has reality warping power as well. And if he can actually use the majority of his power, which is kind of up in the air, he would literally be able to bring all of them back as well. I also love the idea of David Haller and Franklin Richards teaming up to have two reality warping characters go seek revenge for the death of their fathers against Wanda Maximoff. That would be absolutely amazing. And on top of that, I thought about how in the X-Men comics currently right now, all of the X-Men are technically immortal, and Charles Xavier, using 5 different mutants with unique abilities, is able to make copies of the minds of the different mutants out there and then take their consciousness from those copies and put them back into copies of their organic bodies. It's a really weird sort of way that they do it in the X-Men books, and it all has to do with Krakoa, but it is freaking awesome nonetheless. And I really don't see why they couldn't do that for the Illuminati members as well. In the current X-Men comics, Xavier's wearing Cerebro like on his head. He looks a lot like the Maker, the evil version of Reed Richards from the Ultimates universe in comics, but he has Cerebro right then and there, and so he has all of these copies of the mutants. But technically, the Charles that we see in that film could have something similar going on, where he's making conscious copies of the different members of the Illuminati, and using other mutants, he's able to bring their actual bodies back as well. So frankly, there's a whole bunch of different ways that those characters we saw Wanda murder could be brought back to life in the 838 universe. Let's freaking go. And to be honest with you guys, the more I thought about this, the more I was like, dude, this could actually happen. Like, at first I was like, oh, it's a fun theory, but they wouldn't do that. They're just gonna have those characters be dead and move on to one of the other universes that is out there. But the thing that really kind of made me flip on that and think it's actually super possible is the Rachel McAdams character. That Christine Palmer is absolutely still alive, presumably goes back to her universe, and again, she's such an important figure for our Stephen Strange and also the multiverse at large. She was mapping out the multiverse. She was worried about incursions. She's a big deal, and so I think they will probably revisit that character as we headed towards Secret Wars. And so wouldn't it be absolutely nuts if one of those two options actually resurrected the Illuminati that was destroyed by Wanda, and that group of beings, being super mad that Wanda destroyed them the way that she did, would come to odds with our Avengers, or maybe our Illuminati, in the multiversal war that is to come? Let me know what you think about this theory in the comment section, and is there maybe another way that you could see these Illuminati members coming back to life in the 838 universe?